Hello students, so let's discuss the topic for today is self-efficacy theory of motivation. I, Dr. Priya Raj Bhutolia, Assistant Professor, Bora Institute of Management Sciences. Before discussing what is self-efficacy all about, let's discuss what is motivation. Motivation is what gets you started. Habits is what helps you doing that particular work. मोटिवेशन आपको एक पर्टिकुलर चीज़ के लिए सपोर्ट करेगा कि आप उस चीज़ को करें, स्टार्ट करें, इनिशिएट करें, बट हैबिट इज़ द फैक्टर विच विल हेल्प यू टू कंटिन्यू इन अ पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस. So motivation is important as well as habit is also important. The pessimist can see difficulty in every opportunity, but the optimistic sees opportunity in every difficulty. So this is all about motivation. Motivation is an aspect or the process of influencing an individual. It is about encouraging a person to achieve the predetermined goal. It gives a push, a drive to an individual. It induces or it instigates a particular individual for attainment of goal. It also helps to achieve a particular set of objective with the help of internal motivation. So motivation is all about getting a work done, but it should be internally based. We move and we take action. That is all about motivation. So for being a part of an organization or being the head of the organization, motivation plays a very important role in terms of manager. If you are a good leader and if you are a good motivator, actually the people will work for you and you will work they'll work for you. They'll work for the organization as well. So motivation is essential and crucial part for a manager. Let's discuss what is self-efficacy all about. Self-efficacy is a belief that you are capable of achieving a specific goal and performing a specific task. If a person feels that he can achieve a particular set of objective or goal and he is very confident that he is capable of it, that is known as self-efficacy. It is also known as social cognitive theory or social learning theory. So in the exams it is many times asked about ki what is the social cognitive theory or social learning theory. It is more or less, it is the same as self-efficacy theory. So don't get confused. Self-efficacy is a task specific. For example, if your boss asked you to complete a particular task, you feel confident that you have an ability to complete that task. So self-efficacy actually boosts up your morale and confidence to achieve a specific goal or a specific task. And if somebody else is very confident that you will do that work, you will boost up and you will feel very happy doing that work for him or her. So self-efficacy helps you to achieve the particular set of objective that you are competent or capable of. Now, like for example, when you at your childhood level, when you have learned cycling, if you feel that you can learn cycling very easily, you will be very good at learning it. But if you feel that it's a boring work or you won't be comfortable driving it, it won't happen with you, you might take more time to learn as compared when you were confident about it. So if you are at high self-efficacy, you do that work in an easy manner. But if you are at low self-efficacy, it takes time to do a particular set of work. So here the higher is your self-efficacy, the more confident you are, the less self-efficacy or the lower self-efficacy, the harder or the difficult the work becomes. For example, if you have a difficult situation in your life, if you face some difficult situation in your life, you see that the person with high self-efficacy actually put less efforts doing that work and he is more confident completing that particular work in the difficult situation. Generally, he has deeper interest, he has strong commitment, Recovery is very easy in terms of high self-efficacy, and challenging problems is very easy on part of high self-efficacy if he face certain issues. But on the other hand, if the person has low self-efficacy, अगर उसे अंदर से बिलीफ नहीं है कि वो अगर काम कर पाएगा या नहीं कर पाएगा, तो फाइनली दैट पर्सन विल अवॉइड challenges, he will find the work very difficult, he finds that the work is beyond his capability, or he or she will lose the confidence actually before starting the work. So, it is very important that you should have a high self-efficacy in your behavior. You should be confident over your work. Again, for example, if a person or a patient is suffering from a severe ailment, if he feels that he will recover very soon with the help of strong determination, he will actually recover at a very faster rate. But if the person is with low self-efficacy, he feels that he will not get soon very easily, or he will need more time, actually his mind and his body work accordingly. A very good example again, if a lady has joined a particular job, and if she feels very confident doing that job, she is at high self-efficacy. On the other hand, if the lady feels less confident or feels that the work is difficult, she feels low self-efficacy or feels low confidence. The theory of self-efficacy was given by Albert Bandura. He was a Canadian psychologist working as a professor in Stanford University. He has given the concept of self-efficacy in his book known as Self-Efficacy, the Exercise of Control. If I believe it, I can do it. If you think so, you are at the right position. You have a high self-efficacy. The sense of determination of doing a particular work is from within. Actually, you can complete that work in a very good manner. So, having a self-belief is very important. Concept of self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is defined as belief in one's capability to organize and execute the course of action required to produce given attainment. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपके अंदर वो कैपेबिलिटीज़ है कि आप वो काम कर सकते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली आप वो काम कंप्लीट करेंगे. There are two factors that optimize the strength of self-efficacy. First is learning a skill, and second is performing in a situation. What is about learning a skill? These are habits that can be used throughout a life. They are continuously developed and improved. They are also known as preparatory self-efficacy. अगर आप में कुछ सीखने की इच्छा है या अगर आप सीखना चाहते हैं, तो that is known as a preparatory self-efficacy, और it becomes an habit कि आप ज़िंदगी भर कुछ ना कुछ नया सीखने की इच्छा रखते हैं. Learning self-efficacy is defined as being judgment about one's ability to learn and master a new skill, and then use that mastery to accomplish a task in a performance situation. Learning efficacy is about learning that particular sort of skill and performing when it is required. Without a higher level of learning self-efficacy, individuals are likely to suffer from a lack of motivation to learn. अगर आप में learning self-efficacy नहीं है, तो अगर आप सीखना भी चाहें तो फिर भी उस चीज़ को सीख नहीं सकते हैं. So, learning self-efficacy is very important to perform a task. Now, after learning a skill, you need to actually perform. The second factor related to optimal strengthening self-efficacy belief is performance efficacy. Straightforwardly, in meaning, performance efficacy is determined by whether the outcome experienced was satisfactory. If the outcome result is satisfactory, you will feel happy doing that work, and whatever the skills you have learned, you actually perform it in a particular task and you have achieved a good result. So, it will motivate an individual doing that work, learning that skill. Now, there are some sources of self-efficacy. If you need to be highly self-efficient, or if you need to have a high level of self-efficacy in you, कौन कौन सी चीज़ें ऐसी है जहाँ से आप इसको गेन कर सकते हैं? द फर्स्ट वन इज़ द परफॉर्मेंस अकम्पलिशमेंट. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपकी सेल्फ एफिकेसी हाई हो, तो पहली चीज़ आपको परफॉर्मेंस अकम्पलिशमेंट होना चाहिए. इसका मतलब है कि आप इनएक्टिव मास्टरी गेन करें. अगर आप किसी भी चीज़ में मास्टरी गेन करते हैं, किसी भी नए स्किल्स को लर्न करते हैं, तो ऑटोमेटिकली योर कॉन्फिडेंस ओवर डूइंग दैट पर्टिकुलर वर्क विल इंक्रीज. If you find a training for doing a particular work, or if you get an experience related to similar type of work, you are more confident doing that work. So, for gaining efficacy, you should go for doing a similar kind of work, or you should get a training if you are not capable of doing a particular job. Doing a job in the past gives you more confident. It gives a win situation, and somewhere it also provides a first hand experience to it. So, if you want to develop self efficacy in a particular set of performance or behavior, you need to have an inactive mastery over that particular task. Second source of self efficacy is vicarious experience. Vicarious experience is all about watching others doing that thing. If you have a social model around, and if you feel that he or she can do it, definitely why should I not do it? So, if you see that your colleague or your peer group is doing a particular task, so you automatically feel motivated performing that particular task. You can also go for the task which your friends are performing or your family is doing. For example, in terms of career, in terms of personality, अगर आपने देखा है कि कोई पर्सन ने उस करियर में बहुत अच्छी अपनी लाइफ में सक्सेस लिया है, या किसी अच्छी पर्सनालिटी से आप बहुत ज़्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस्ड हैं, तो ये लोग आपको विस्कैरियस एक्सपीरियंस दे के आपको मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं. इन टर्म्स ऑफ इफ़ यू सी समबडी is very good at speaking something, or he is very good at public speaking, even though you can see that person and you can learn those public speaking skills. So, that gives you a vicarious experience with the help of watching other people doing the same work. Third is about social persuasion. Social persuasion is about encouragement by others, and it is actually given by the third person. You can get the social persuasion with the help of coaching or feedback, and if somebody makes you realize that you can do it, actually you will feel motivated. For example, motivation speakers or your teachers, if they motivate you that you can do that work, I have seen the capability in you, actually you will feel motivated doing that work. And the last one is the physiological or the emotional state. This is also known as arousal. It is actually the state which is the sensation from a body, and which will energize the state that drive a person to complete a particular task. It is an inner feeling that gives you a positive feeling of completing a particular task. Like for example, if you are going for a presentation and if you feel butterflies in your stomach, you feel somewhere excited or nervous. If you attach a feeling of excitement towards a particular physical state, you actually do very well at that presentation. But the butterflies indicate the nervousness in your emotional state or physiological state, actually the person will fail in that presentation. So, having a good control over your physiological and emotional state is also very important. You should indicate a right sign of a particular thing to have a positive motivation. You can also see the gym trainer or the athlete trainer, actually they help you to motivate in terms of physiological or emotional state. If they buck up you for doing a particular task, actually you do that work, and this gives you the physiological or emotional state to achieve a particular feeling. So, here it is a state of mind that helps you to achieve a particular set of goal. So, according to the self efficacy theory, there are 4 sources that will help you to develop self-efficacy. The first is the performance accomplishment, that is you should gain mastery over that particular task. Second is the vicarious experience, like by watching others you can gain some experience, you can feel motivated and you can do the similar task. Third is the social persuasion, like with the help of encouragement or feedback by other people, by the third person, you feel motivated and you have a high self-efficacy. And lastly, your inner drive, your inner state of mind, your physiological or emotional states gives you a motivation. Let us discuss the 6 constructs of self-efficacy. The first is the reciprocal determination, which gives a dynamic interaction between the person and the behavior. Behavioral capability, that is the individual's actual ability to perform the appropriate behavior. Observational learning, as we have already seen, learning a new skill or a piece of knowledge by observing other people doing the same thing. Reinforcements, the external responses by an individual which will help you to gain encouragement, and some or the other way they can even discourage the behavior. Expectations is the anticipated consequences of behavior, and finally the self-efficacy is the person's confidence in his or her ability to perform a behavior. So these are the 6 constraints which helps you to develop or build your self-efficacy at higher level. About this we have already discussed in the sources, some of them are very common and similar one. Building self-efficacy, if you want to develop self-efficacy, what you can do, or being a manager what you can do for your employee. Emphasize peer modeling. As you have seen in vicarious learning or vicarious experience, people actually see other people, watch other people doing the things and they feel confident. So here you should emphasize on peer modeling. If they see their colleagues doing that work, they feel motivated. Celebrate success. It is very important. If you celebrate your victories, you have the knowledge that you are very good at those things, as well as when you celebrate your failures, you know where you lack. So celebrating success is at utmost importance to develop self-efficacy. Observe others. When the same thing is done by others, please do observe them very carefully. Seek positive affirmations. When you receive feedbacks or when you get positive feedbacks in terms of social persuasion, you feel motivated. So receiving positive affirmations or feedback is also important. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotion. Please do not take hasty decisions when you are very nervous or depressed. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions when you are at stable state. So please take care of your emotions while taking decisions. Seek feedback. Definitely you should seek feedbacks by your seniors, by your mentors. Encourage participation. With the help of participation, you get to learn new things. Allow people to make their own choices. The people will with high self-efficacy define their own choices and they take their own decisions, and they know they can work very well at that particular area. That is the only reason you should allow people to make their own choices. Next is how to use this theory at workplace. How you can use this theory when you are actually working in an environment. Now, the goals that employees choose for themselves, you should help the employees to choose their own goal. If the employees choose their own goal, it will help them to develop a sense of responsibility, a sense of accountability. So it is very important that the employees should choose their own goal. If they are very good at that, they know the responsibilities, they know the opportunities, and they will take the accountability for their failures too. So here choosing the goals for themselves gives the scope that at what domain they are very good at and what are their weak points. Learning and exerted efforts. Help employees to learn and exert efforts at what they are good. So here with the help of self-efficacy, you can help employee to learn new things and as well as give a positive direction at which they can put their efforts to achieve a particular set of objective. Third, persistent, in which people attempt new and difficult tasks. People should be very consistent about attempting new tasks and difficulties. The people with high self-efficacy actually like challenging jobs. They are very good at the things which are very challenging, or they are very good at those things. So, here they are very persistent at the new and difficult task. On the other hand, the people with low efficacy actually do not like challenging or difficult tasks. So, here you can use this theory at workplace. How resilient employees will be in the face of adverse situation. How flexible they will be when they face some kind of difficult situation. The people with high self-efficacy actually overcomes those situations when they face any problem. Actually, they overcome at any point of time because of their high self-efficacy. On the vice versa, the people with lower self-efficacy are very disappointing, and they take lot of time to recover from those things. So, high self-efficacy gives you a quick recovery, whereas the people with low efficacy are stuck into that matter for a longer period of time, and they actually feel demoralized, demotivated doing the same job again in which they have failed. Next, the amount of stress and anxiety individuals experience when they engage in a task. The individuals with high self-efficacy feels excited about a particular task, and they feel very happy doing the task. They are very confident. On the other hand, the people with low self-efficacy feel stressed out, or they have anxiety when they do a particular task because of a set of behavior. So, students, we have already discussed that if you want to gain mastery over your self-efficacy, you can gain those things from the 4 sources which were being mentioned. So, if any problem comes into your life, you can automatically gain mastery, you can see other people doing that particular job, you can get feedback from other people, or as well as you can strengthen your inner feelings towards a particular set of job. In such a way, you can develop a higher self-efficacy at workplace. How to improve self-efficacy? First, stay in stretch zone. There are basically 3 zones in our life. One is comfort zone, second is stretch zone, and third is panic zone. If you want to improve your self-efficacy, you should always stay in stretch zone, which gives you a challenging task and which will help you to develop your self-efficacy. But the people who belongs to the comfort zone or the panic zone can never develop that self-efficacy attitude, or can never do a challenging work. So, you should always stay in the stretch zone. Set simple goals. Setting simple goals actually give you confidence. If you set simple goals which are in your limits, which is there in your domain, you feel very confident, and automatically that gives you an mastery over that particular task. So, you should always set simple goals which are very easy to achieve and which will give you confidence and increase your self-efficacy, high self-efficacy. Look at a bigger picture. Whenever you do a work, please do not look to small things, small negative aspects what is being happening. Look at a broader perspective. Small negative things can happen, small mistakes can happen, but whenever you want to improve your self-efficacy, please do focus on the larger aspect of the work or your life. Do not feel distressed or demotivated in small failures. Okay, so you should always focus on the big aspect. Reframe obstacles. If you have obstacles in your life, everyone has some or the other way. You should reframe those obstacles, you should break those obstacles in small part, and some or the other way you need to solve those obstacles in your life. So, you can improve your self-efficacy by reframing your obstacles. You can set your own roadmap. You should know the path which has to be followed. In spite of focusing on others, what others are doing or comparing with others, it is best to focus on your own roadmap. Avoid comparison. You should never compare your work with others. Find a coach or a mentor. To improve self-efficacy, having a good mentor or coach is very important. He or she will guide you in every aspect of your life. Accept feedback. Accepting feedback is a positive attitude. The feedback can be positive or negative, but it will give you a lot of experience to learn new things. Avoid familiar stressful situations. If you have a particular familiar situations again and again in your life and you are not very good at that, please do try and avoid those situations, facing them again and again. Last, take time to analyze your emotions. Whenever you take a decision, please take a time, please see the mood at which you are taking a decision, and then you can improve your self-efficacy. Advantage of self-efficacy theory: enhances one accomplishment and feeling of personal well-being, helps to remain calm when approaching challenging tasks. If you are at very high self-efficacy, you feel very happy doing challenging work, helps in experimenting new ideas, you actually welcome new ideas, and finally helps in higher expectations in future performance. You set higher future expectations on your behalf. On the other hand, the limitations of self-efficacy theory: do not always guarantee positive outcome expectations. You feel that it will come positive, but sometimes it can give a negative feedback or negative outcome because you are overconfident doing that. Basing one's self-efficacy for a new task on result of previous experience may be misleading. You are very confident that I have done it previously, I will do it, but sometimes it may be misleading and you will feel or you will lack in that particular work. It may sometimes lead to an individual applying less efforts to a particular task. If you are very confident, you feel that you put less efforts and the work will be done, but this is not true. And finally, it may lead to overconfidence. लोग बहुत overconfident हो जाते हैं when they are highly self-assured. So thank you students, thank you for the day, and I hope you have understood the theory very well and have a nice day.